Okay, today we're trying a lot of Korean makeup that I have been interested in recently. Like this supposed to be super painful lip plumper from BANILA. I think a lot of people commented that this is the most painful plumper they had ever used, and it's pretty like popular in Japan. It's like sold out in a lot of places. So I thought I would just try this to see how painful it is. I'm recently pretty interested in like lip plumpers. I also have this brand called Wonjungyo, which is a makeup artist brand. This is the makeup artist of the girl band Twice. This brand actually exists for years in Japan and it is so popular. It's like their products never fully in stock. It's always out of stock. And today we're trying 3 of their products, like their eye and face palette, a powder, and their mascara, which I'm wearing on this side right now. And the most weird product in this video must be this thing. Is the SUQQU Waterlock Sala Pact, which is a liquid powder. We'll see how this works because from my experience, things like this doesn't really work. But it's fun, so I thought I would just try it. Also, this blendberry is that type of clicky pen with lip plumper effect in it type of thing, which I enjoyed recently, so I thought I would just try another one. And this was supposed to be a Dior dupe. Dior mono eyeshadow dupe is from HOLIKAHOLIKA, and it's supposed to dupe the Dior single eyeshadow in the shade 22, I think. So it's all interesting makeup from K-Beauty. The first, we're gonna try this super weird product. It's from the brand SUQQU and it's their waterlock. I'm thinking, is this like only for Japan? Because the name is like fully Japan, like it has some Japanese words in it. It's called Waterlock Sala Pact. Sala means just like not slippery, but not sticky. It's the opposite of sticky, but it doesn't mean dry. It's like not sticky and very smooth. If you have like look at those super silky hair, that's called sala as well. So it's just like silky, smooth, not sticky. I think that's the best I can describe. So there's a Japanese like words in the whole name. So I'm thinking, is this only for JP market? And it's called face powder, but it's a liquid. Yeah, let's try this. And when I was unboxing this said you should use this puff and press it and then just apply to your face like this. And if you feel like there's wet stuff landing on your face, like there's a cooling sensation, it means you're applying it. And it literally feels like I'm applying a liquid to my skin, which is so weird. And another thing is this actually setting your face or is it just mattifying it? Because I don't know if you saw that, but I have some creasing happening on my eyelids, so I pat the crease away and I set it with this thing. Let's see, would it gather again? And right now, can you even see a difference? I mean, I can see a tiny little bit of a difference. It's just mattifying a little bit, like comparing to this side, but it's not that big of a difference, so maybe I should apply more. I imagine this can be cool for dry skin people, but at the same time I'm not sure if this is even doing anything. Again, do you see that much of a difference? I just only see a little bit. And do I am I supposed to wait for it to dry or something? So while we are waiting for that, let's try another product. This is from Wonjungyo. That's how Japanese people translate it, is Wonjungyo. But I don't know how to actually pronounce this name in English or in its original pronunciation, like in Korean. But this is a makeup artist brand, and this makeup artist does the girl band Twice's makeup, which she is, I imagine she must be super like well known in like Korean beauty community, right? Because she is the makeup artist of Twice, and Twice is big, right? And this brand is so popular in Japan, and I have heard some Japanese beauty influencers said that this brand is actually geared towards Japanese people, which I don't know, but I see the products, it indeed looks like it's kind of geared towards Asian people. And all of their products are so popular. The counter, the space they have at the store will tell you the maximum you can get from their brands is 3 items. Like all the categories included, you can only maximum get 3 products. That's how popular they are. Yeah, this is a few of the products that actually are in stock. I feel like I have a fuzz here and I can't get it off because I don't know where it is. Okay, whatever. It's this pink powder. I believe this come in like different shades. This is like almost white, but it's like actually pink. Sorry if you can't tell from the camera. But yeah, it is pink. A very pale pinkish color. And it has a net here swirling in the lid. And let's apply. And I think that this is what a powder should actually do, right? Compared to this side, it's like almost looks like it's not set. But I guess we should see at the end of the day if the foundation holds well, right? That's the real test. I guess the finish, I can give excuse to it because it might be for people that want to set your face but don't want to make it matte. Therefore, the finish didn't change, right? So we're just gonna have to look, does the, you know, the lasting. So yeah, half of my face is set under this super dim light today. Whenever it's like cloudy, the whole camera just make everything so blue. So it might be hard to tell, especially the finish of things. But I think I can sort of tell this side is, it's not super matte, it's not like flat matte, but it's like semi-matte, pretty matte, but not the mattest a matte powder can get. Like pretty typical finish, and the powder is actually looks great. It looks like nothing on the skin. It doesn't make your makeup look heavy. I think I can tell it doesn't look heavy. And this side it just look like I have absolutely nothing on my skin, which I guess is good, right? Like that's the goal. Your skin looks better, but it doesn't look like anything. Not mad at this stage. Another product that I have already tried from this same brand, Wonjungyo. I hope I'm saying that right. It's a daily mood up palette, and I have the shade 02 Trench Brown. And it's this super neutral brown, which I thought would be like very easy to use on a daily basis. So that's why I choose this one. Here is the swatch of this palette. You can see it's a pretty neutral palette, and I really like how truly neutral this is, because sometimes I see some neutral palettes, it's like either just gray, it's just gray, or in the in most scenario it's like still orange. And I'm like, it's just not straight up orange, but it's still like a orangey brown or like super yellowy brown. How is that called neutral, right? I just love how truly neutral this is, and I have like these two shades could be used for eyeshadow and highlight, and this can be used as a blush, and it is a blush. And I again already used this and I loved this. The formula is so silky. It's not the most pigmented thing ever because this is made for, you know, East Asian region, and people here don't really use super pigmented eyeshadows. So yeah, it's, you know, it's the for the preference. But I feel like it got the pigmentation that I need. So it's buildable to a medium coverage level of pigmentation. You can apply it like sheer as well, and it's super blendable. And let me just show you. I'm gonna use a mixture of this grayish neutral brown and this center neutral brown shade, and use this as a base. I guess the like liquid powder wasn't setting the crease properly, because I for sure put a lot of product on my eyelid and it still creased. So yeah, for sure I'm not positive that that thing is gonna give us much of a result. And every instinct right now is telling me to set this area on this side because it's still so glowy. And this side is so matte, so but we're just gonna try to ignore that. The dishwasher is being so loud. It's such a bad decision to decide to start the dishwasher before I turn on the camera. But let's just pretend that's the background music. Okay, I think I can tell that the color, again, it's not like full coverage, full pigment or anything, but it's there. You can build it like even a little bit more, but this is normally how much I prefer. Apply a little bit on our lower lash line. We are applying this lightly pinky shimmer shade in the center. Not too much, just a little bit. Give a little bit glow. And I'm gonna apply a shade that's like more sparkly than this, but I actually like this too. It gives your eyelid a life, like a little bit life. How to say? It's like a very skin finish. I can't like describe that well, but it looked like you just applied some skincare on your eyelid and it's like a little bit glowy there. The shade, the feeling of this two is really reminding me of the ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadows. Like it's a little bit like putty. And the glitter is actually pretty delicate, but it is reflective, just on the more delicate way, which I actually really like. And that's it. That's a very simple everyday eye look. And I might add a little bit of this darkest brown, just a touch at the outer corner. Just add a little bit dimension, because sometimes I find the shimmer shades can like erase some of the dimension. I think it just like covers it. Adding a little bit back, because the product is on the sheer side, it's not gonna be so dark and like suddenly you're having a smoky eye, which is normally what happens when I use the Western eyeshadows. Like I'm just wanting to add a touch more dimension, but suddenly I now have a like smoky eye. Buildable, but sheer right off the bat. Okay, next it's again from this brand Wonjungyo. I feel so not confident every time I say that name. And this is their mascara. And I have watched so many reviews, well, so many, but it's only one video. But that video is so well done. If you can understand Japanese and you want some Japanese content creator that reviews makeup super thoroughly, I recommend this creator that I'm gonna put on the screen. Basically, she sent a big pack of the most popular mascaras in Japan to various people with like age range, skin type, and like eyelid type, because in Asia we sometimes have the mono eyelids and the eyelids are heavy and pushing the mascara down. So are the mascara gonna hold the eyelash against that and still look up at the end of the day and not smudge? It's a big test too. She picked her followers covering all that situation and sent each of them this set of popular mascara and let them to give back report basically, and they were all reports under the same condition, standard and stuff, and it was so thoroughly done. And this is one of the top rating ones for the how strong it make your eyelash look, it's not smudging, and how it's holding the curls. Basically, this is not like a delicate mascara, well, like in the Japanese standard, because like Japanese people like more natural mascara from the beginning, so even the strong for them might not be that strong for the rest of the world. But yeah, this is a strong finish mascara that gives you the length, the volume, the curl, and the hold, and it doesn't smudge. And I think this is lined with the canmake one, which the canmake one is my favorite. So I think this at least is gonna be the same level or even better as people claimed. I think she sent to 12 people or something like that, which is like super helpful. This is their nude eyelash, and I have the shade 01 Sheer Black. This is another super viral product from this brand that I struggle to find anywhere to buy it. Like I have been to so many stores and I finally found one. Sheer Black, and it's one of these comb type of brushes, which is actually quite the standard in Japan, because right now the trend is to have the doll-like eyelashes, which, you know, the doll is like spiky long eyelashes, right? So this type of comb is supposed to be giving you that effect, which the canmake one is as well, and I actually really like that finish. It's not gonna make you look like you only have 5 eyelashes, but it's like a more of that effect, that direction. Enough of talking, let's actually apply. And this one has fibers, which the canmake one did not, which actually I don't like mascara with fibers because they get into the eye and it's super painful. So I hope this one doesn't do that. I think to test how good this mascara looks, I have to do a half and half, with that half being the canmake one. And for this type of doll-like eyelash effect, like with a comb, you just got to be a little bit more patient and keep combing until it is the result that you want. To be honest, as of right now, I think the canmake one that I have is gonna give me a stronger eyelash. This is actually like a little bit more delicate finish. And is that in my mind? Because I feel like my eyelashes start to fall a little bit. That's not a great sign. Well, let's apply the canmake one. Well, right off the bat, I can see the brush holding more product. I don't have to dip the brush back to the tube. I only need to dip it back if I move on to the other eye. So just for one eye, one dip is enough for me. And for that side, I did like 2 dips, 2 or 3. And again, I do think canmake is giving me a stronger eyelash. And it's more black, I think. Well, I guess because the color is sheer black, the Wonjungyo one. So maybe that's why the color looks, you know, less black on that side. And I hope you can tell the difference. But I can clearly tell this side is more voluminous. Well, I guess the length, this side is like more like longer, maybe because it has fibers. But right now the fiber has not get into my eye, so that's nice. It doesn't bother me as of right now. And yeah, they look actually pretty similar, just with the Wonjungyo one a little bit longer and canmake one a little bit more black. We're just gonna see how this lasts in the end. For reference, my eyelids is super oily. 99.9% of the Western mascaras all smudge on me. I've never used even one mascara from Western brands that does not smudge. I have used the triangle tube one that was popular for a long time from Hourglass. I've used various Maybelline ones, and I have used Lancome, which I think Lancome mascaras are super popular as well. I have used Makeup Forever. I've used a lot of brands, and they all smudge. And oh, Milk Makeup, that one is the most horrible one that I have ever used in my life. And even in Asia, its mascara smudge less, but it normally still smudges a little bit. That canmake one is basically perfect unless I let it on for too long, like over 13 hours or something. Basically, if I wear that under 12 hours, it's okay. But if it's over 12 hours, I get a little bit smudge, which that for me is like already the best I can get. And that mascara is super affordable. It's like maybe $5 here in Japan. So I feel like I'm gonna repurchase that for the rest of my life. And the finish is what I like. It's not clumpy, it's lengthening, and it has volume. And I do like that doe eye effect. Another reference that how oily my eyelids are. Do you know sometimes like when you are depressed, you tend to not wash your face? At least for me. So sometimes if I'm like really feeling lazy in the morning, I just skip the morning washing my face and stuff. I just only have a shower at night, so I wash my face in the shower. So in that way, morning I wasn't washing my face, so the time in between my face washing is 24 hours, right? If I do that, my eyes will hurt so bad in the end of the day because there are so much oil built up on my eyelid. It starts getting into my eye, which irritates my eye and it hurts. That's how oily my eyelids are. So all that rambling to say, my eyelids is really put mascara like specifically smudging to test. So yeah, let's just, you know, see how this gonna look. For blush, let's just use this one. I have already, again, like I said, used this blush and it looks so good. It looks like nothing. It looks like it can barely show up on my skin, right? But it actually does. And it's actually pretty pigmented. Well, this brush is too shitty. Let's use an actual brush. And I think you can pretty much tell on the camera as well. The color payoff is pretty nice. It shows up way more than it looks in the pan. And it's this like a creamy, almost like a cream type of powder blush formula that it blends so easily. And that's it. This palette is really the ultimate everyday palette for me. The only downside is it doesn't have a mirror. I hope it has a mirror. This little single eyeshadow, this is from HOLIKAHOLIKA, and the shade, I don't know how to pronounce this. Tulle, I don't know. I think this is supposed to be a dupe for the Dior Tutu. Is that the one, the single eyeshadow called Tutu? And the people use this as like a highlight on their eyes or like just generally an eyeshadow. But I kind of want to use this as a blush topper today. So same brush. Yeah, it looks pretty nice as a blush topper. The glow it gives is actually very pretty. Just don't apply too much because it's an eyeshadow. Can you see the glow it gives? I mean, it's emphasizing the pores a little bit, but that's inevitable with any powder highlight, I feel like. Let me do a swatch. It's not that pigmented. Like, that's why I can use that as a blush topper. Like, in the pan, it looks like you can almost use it as a blush, but again, the base color is not that pigmented. It's more of the peachy sheen to it. And let's use it as like an inner corner highlight where like people were recommending, you know, how people recommending you to use this. And in that way, it looks beautiful as well. Again, because the base color is actually not that strong at all. It's just like more of a peachy sheen. And it looks beautiful. I just don't understand the hype. Like, apparently this is a staple in a lot of Korean makeup artist kit, and I have see somebody like hate pan on it, and I'm talking about the Dior version, not this one. But this is a super close dupe for that Dior one. I heard that. So what's the hype? Like, it's beautiful. It's really beautiful, but I don't know. I guess it also has to be relevant with skin tone as well. Maybe I'm just not as pale, so that this is not showing me the way it shows for other people. I don't know. The last one we have is this blendberry lip balloon. Supposedly this is those type clicky pen lip balm, lip gloss sticks that has plumping effect to it, which I recently really love this concept of lips, and I almost used up one from Nature Republic. Is that the brand? And yeah, I'm trying some from other brands as well. And this is the shade 004. Apparently this is very popular as well. Oh, it's so melty. Maybe I should pat. This is even more melty than the Nature Republic one, because that one in this weather I can swipe like without it to be like crushed on your lip and the chunks just came off. But this one almost feel like if I'm gonna swipe on my lips, it's just gonna come off as chunks. And I can feel the cooling sensation. It's not the hurt ones, it's like a cooling ones. It looks pretty. I love this color and it's super high shine. We're gonna use this later for the final result. But now we are gonna try another product that I'm kind of scared and excited to try at the same time. This is the BANILA. Yeah, BANILA, right? BANILA Co, right? Is that? I think that's how it's called. BANILA Co. Yeah, BANILA Co. And it's the Volume Lip Plumper in the shade 03 Maxi Crystal. So supposedly the shade 02 Maxi is the most painful lip plumper in history. That's what like Japanese people say. I'm scared, but sometimes I really want to try it, like to see how painful it is, because I don't know my level tolerance for pain is same as the other person. I want to know like where I'm at. Am I at the high tolerance one or like low or like at the middle? I want to know. So the original one that people say it's super like it hurts a lot. It's a like light pinky shade, and this is their recent new version. It's the same level of pain, but it has glitter and it's blue. That's the only difference, and I thought blue ones are more fun than the light pink ones, so that's why I got this. And a little bit scared, but let's try. Oh, I can already feel it. It does hurt. It's like spicy type of hurt. It's like you ate like a super spicy food and that's how your lip feels. Yeah, it really hurts. In a way that it's hot, it's like burning type of like hurt, which might sound terrifying. I think I might apply a little too much, and now a little bit is getting into my mouth, and now my tongue, it's a little bit numb as well. Wouldn't say this is unbearable. I'm gonna turn off the camera for a while and see how long does this sensation go away, and see how the lips is being plumped. And this is before the the waiting. It's 8 minutes later. I think the sensation hasn't completely go away, but it's like going weaker. I don't know if this is me getting used to it or is it like really fading, but I think I see how swollen my lips are, and even the top of my lips, like above the lip line, you can see how red and swollen it is. So I really don't know if this is good for you. Maybe not. Maybe don't use this every day. Okay, let's wipe this off. Well, I have never seen my lip to be this swollen. Like it looks like sausages right now. Like even after overlining my lips, my lip never looked this swollen. But it doesn't look bad. It's just the redness around my lips is concerning. I think this is really just the ones that like flaring your skin up. Therefore it gets plumped. I feel like this is just the same level as like eating super spicy food. And the super spicy food, it gets your skin around your lips swollen as well, and it fades away about 10 minutes later as well, right? Like when you eat super spicy food. So I'm suspiciously think there might be some like chili pepper liking ingredient in that, or like some super spicy ingredient that you can find in this like world's most spicy thing, whatever, like those sauces. Maybe it's those type of ingredient. I don't know. I'm just like guessing out of thin air. right now, like just how it feels. It just feels like super spicy chili pepper. And let's overline or just line our lip a little bit. Maybe we don't need overline after this super effective lip plumper. I can't stop staring at this sausage lip. Have you ever watched that movie? It's a Hong Kong movie, and I'm gonna put the character I'm referencing on the screen right now. You can't stop thinking about that character because that's how I feel. That's how I feel right now. But I have to say, I understand why people want to get lip injections right now, because it does look kind of sexy, like a big lip. But I'm scared to get something inject under my skin, other than, you know, actual medical purposes. So I don't think I'm gonna actually get a lip injection. I think if ever I want like actual lip injections, I can just temporarily use this, because it's, you know, at the end of the day your lip return to a normal size. So even if you regret, at the end of the day it's all fine. But I'm just want to know, is there any less damage in this? I hope it's actually just like chili pepper and stuff in that to make your skin plump, not some like super harsh chemicals, which it probably is. But yeah, I'm not mad at the outcome. It's just I just can't think about that character. And if you're interested, you can watch that movie. That movie is pretty weird and hilarious. And yeah, I actually love this lip. I love this color as well. And this is one of those not painful, just cooling sensation ones, which after that super hot and spicy one, this one is actually feeling very nice. So I guess if you want to have a lip plumper combination, you know, flaring your lip up with this and cooling it down with this could be a good thing. They both supposed to plump your lips. And I love the color of this. And the powder, I have to use this more. And also this liquid powder, we're gonna see how that actually looks. So I'm gonna update everything at the end of night and see how long it takes for this flare up thing to go down. I think it already is going, well, no, because I still can see. Can you see the on the top of my lips? It's almost looks like I have something pink there. It's still flared up there. And I think I applied a little bit unevenly, so this side is more flared up than this side. I might apply like on the top of my lips as well. Yeah, like be careful with the, you know, the area or you're applying, or maybe even use a brush so it's more precise and you're not applying too much and it gets into your mouth, because your tongue actually feels that. So yeah, I'm just gonna see you in maybe 6-7 hours later at night. And yeah, okay, let's update everything that we have tried today. This chew powder, I have a feeling that the water powder did almost nothing. I guess I have to try with like one side with it and one side without it to have an actual accurate test, but my instinct is telling me it does nothing. And this side, well, the foundation holds pretty well, but I think it's the foundation being good, not that liquid thing. And this side is a hair less glowy. So I guess this powder is doing something, but the finish turned back into glowy finish super quick. So I imagine this is more of a powder for the winter month or more for normal to dry skin. Again, I have to try this more to make final decision, but yeah, from the texture, have tried so many powders, so I know how a powder works by just basically touching it, like applying it. So I'm actually pretty confident that this is more for dry skin, but again, I might need to try more. I really like this because even though it's a pink powder, it doesn't really actually make my face pink. It basically just translucent, and it's so fine that it doesn't really add any texture to your skin. It just makes your skin look slightly blurred and slightly more matte. 13 grams of product, and it's not expensive. This is more of a higher drugstore price, I should say. This is, I think, about $20 at the Japanese drugstore. And this, I'm leaning, again, like I said, I'm leaning towards this is like just a scam, but need to try more. Oh, this thing, this face palette, I have already used this before, but I think it's holding pretty nicely. I hardly see any crease happening, and all the glitters is still intact. It looks great. And for the mascara, this side is canmake, and this side is the Wonjungyo mascara we tried today. I think the curl, it's still holding pretty well on both sides. I just think the new one we tried today is slightly more natural than the canmake one. Other than that, I don't see much of a difference. Do you see? And it's not smudging. And if you wonder what this darkness is the eyeshadow. I wore this again for almost 9 hours, so I think that's good. And this lip plumper, I think for the first hour, I'll put a picture here. For after the first hour, I think about 70 to 8% of its effect already faded, and it still left with some of the effect, mainly on this part, the cupid's bow, is that how you call it? And like under the lower lips, like this part. And this little like 20 to 30% of volumizing effect very slowly fades. So it's more like it goes like this, like it more like it goes like this, you know. It fades quickly at the beginning and it fades slowly. So I don't know. I think it's fun to try, but is it necessary? Probably not, because again, after an hour, 70% of the, well, this is a very specific number, but it's like how I feel about it, has gone. You are tolerating that pain for only mainly an hour of effect. So I think this is more of a fun thing. I actually still prefer the cooling one that's not hurting. So I'm more just enjoying that sensation than actually torturing myself, you know. This blendberry clicky pen thing, the lip plumper, is called Lip Balloon. This is actually amazing. I'll put a picture after me just applied it, and after, well, not just applied it, like after an hour and after a meal, like lunch, an actual meal. I think it's held on pretty nice. Now it doesn't. It has like only left something on the outer perimeter, and I also have layered something else on top. But I feel like for a like this type of gloss stick type of thing, it's holding pretty well. That it has so much product left after a solid meal. This thing, this little single eyeshadow, I think it's emphasizing the pores pretty severely. So even though it looks beautiful, the color looks beautiful as a blush topper, maybe don't I don't think you should use it for type or buy it for that purpose if you don't want to emphasize your pores. I think actual blush toppers have that in mind. They emphasize your pores less. That's what I'm thinking about this. That's all. Thank you for watching. Bye.